Hampshire's White Mountains, there is a place unlike any other. Conceived in the troubled times of the Vietnam War, it began and remains a family-run business. A place where you have a chance to experience time travel, to embark upon a journey of rediscovery that lets us walk through 300 years of adventures. It begins in 1634, and all along the way we'll visit the places and meet some of the folks that are part of New Hampshire's legacy. We'll sail the Atlantic in a wooden ship, explore pristine wilderness, visit Portsmouth during the Revolutionary War, watch George Washington speak, take a foliage train ride through Crawford Notch, and much more. Perhaps most amazing is the fact that it all happens under one roof in just about 2 hours. It's a journey of discovery that thousands of groups have enjoyed since Heritage opened its doors in 1976. There's a group beginning the journey right now. Let's join them. We start off in a small village on the southern coast of England. The sights, sounds, tastes, and smells of the old world combine to create a new world that leaves the 20th century behind. After booking passage, it's time to head for the good ship Reliance and meet our captain. Once below decks, we can feel the ship rocking gently and hear the creaking wood. The captain will assign a few simple tasks to our crew and give us an idea of what we're in for.
Now, my name is Captain Barnes, and they say I am a rough and tough man. Well, tough I must be. For the next 60 days and 60 nights, this is going to be your home.
The next stop is where a very threatening storm at sea is dealt with by the captain's hand-picked volunteers.
Summer brewing, man the pumps.
Every voyage to the New World ends safely at Heritage. Our group has arrived at a time and place that recalls New Hampshire's native wilderness. A crystal clear stream appears, teeming with trout. They sure look hungry. One of our group is the Royal Surveyor, claiming the very best pines for the Royal Navy.
I claim this tree for His Majesty's ship Raven, in the works at Falmouth. This tree is marked with a broad arrow and belongs to our king. Bless him.
We continue past the falls and through a magnificent glass silo with a beaver dam inside it. Then we follow the path to a primitive settler's camp.
We've just begun to clear the land on which we plan to build our cabin for the winter. With the help of the woodsmen, we should have it done before the first snowfall.
The settler's wife shares her campsite and tools of survival. It looks like a hard life. We were glad to be able to deliver her land grant.
This letter is for Will Ware. I, by the grace of God, and in my exalted position, make this conditional grant for all who might be present or shall come to know. Whereas to our loyal subject, William Ware, a goodly tract of land is granted.
We left her in the early 1700s and continued on our way, right into a winter's night under a full moon. We actually feel the icy cold of the frozen North Country. We continue our time travel and pass through a sturdy barn on our way to Portsmouth Town Square.
Captain John Paul Jones. They say she will be a ship, and a new flag will be flown from her. Stars and stripes.
The Navy Yard is on our right as we walk along. Then we came to town. The year was 1775 and revolution was in the air.
A call came for 1,000 men to be sent down to fight in the Battle of Breed's or Bunker Hill. And John Stark, a New Hampshire man, led 1,300 New Hampshire men down to take part in that terrible battle. John Stark is the man who said, "Live free or die." That's our state motto today.
While still in town, we met the local news publisher. He found the time to tell us a little bit about his business.
Welcome to Market Square right here in Portsmouth. This is 1779. We are publishing the New Hampshire Gazette, which takes us 2.5 to 3 weeks. And we probably get out 8 to 10 copies every 2.5 weeks. The copies are a penny per copy.
The last stop in Portsmouth is to see George Washington as he actually spoke to citizens here in 1779. Our nation's first president looks in fine health. Our path continues through a covered bridge and into the workshop where the famous Concord coaches were handcrafted. After a brief stop with Daniel Webster, we moved onward to the mid-1800s and the Industrial Revolution. As we passed through the brick portals of the Amoskeag Mill, it was to a darker time of child labor and the Civil War. Still, we walked on to see more. There, amongst the looms, were those ghosts that we saw. We come upon a photographer talking to a New Hampshire Civil War veteran. A few folks in our group even let him take their picture.
I want to introduce myself. I'm Matthew Brady. You may have heard of me. I documented the Great Civil War from 1861 to 1865.
We see more wildlife and take in the panoramic view from Sugar Hill before walking towards Echo Lake. And you know, there really is an echo.
Echo Lake!
We arrive at the turn of this century and explore around the Grand Hotel setting.
Morning, folks. All aboard for North Conway. Right this way, please. Train is all ready to leave for North Conway. You're riding a steam train in an open car, so you're going to feel the wind. You're going to hear the engine puffing and chugging.
Our time-traveling experience ends with a chance to browse through a shop filled with everything, from toys and books to clothes and collectibles. Just walking around the building and grounds can reveal beautiful views of mountain scenery. It can also be just plain fun. Around back, we see the shape of things to come. The restored 1803 barn will house new interactive experiences. The vintage trolley ride is a great way to see the historic mural, and the whirligigs out front are amazing. Perhaps what's most amazing, though, is the way Heritage makes you feel. To feel that you become part of a place that is something to do, not just to see. It's a chance to become a part of the history that we're making every day, only at Heritage New Hampshire.